It is Daffodil Month, and that's very important with us right now to talk about all the events we can look forward to this month. Is Byron James, Senior Manager with Canadian Cancer Society right here in Ottawa and surrounding area. How are you?
Good, good. It's a busy month.
I was going to say a busy month, but these daffodils definitely add to the color of spring.
They do, and they really do. They recognize the Canadian Cancer Society. I mean, that's our brand.
Yeah, of course.
If you see a daffodil, a lot of people don't know all the things Canadian Cancer Society does, but if they see a daffodil, they'll go CCS. They know.
So why the daffodil, though? Why is the daffodil the symbol of Canadian Cancer Society?
A group of volunteers back in 1938
really
decided to have that flower symbolize the fight against cancer, and we've stayed with it ever since.
Yeah.
So
it is beautiful, and to me, it's new beginnings, hope. You know, and it's such a colorful, vibrant flower, of course. Cancer definitely isn't going away.
No.
We're doing our best to make it easier on patients and families dealing with cancer, but give some statistics on how it's still very prevalent.
So it's become the #1 killer. Remember, everybody used to say it was heart disease. So cancer is now the #1 killer. We're expecting a 30% increase in people dealing with this disease over the next 20 years.
Wow.
So it's really important that we keep the fight up and get after it. The good news is we're really figuring out this disease finally since 1938. It's not just chemo and radiation. We're still using that. We're very fortunate to have some of the best researchers. Dr. John Bell, who's the head of oncolytic virus research at the Ottawa Hospital. His is the best lab for oncolytic virus on the planet. So he's got people coming from other countries now wanting to study with him. So oncolytic virus are very exciting. You're injecting cancer cells with the viruses.
Okay.
And the virus kills cancer and leaves everything else alone.
Wow.
Unlike chemo, when you put chemo in your body, it does kill cancer, kills everything else too.
Yeah.
So the recovery and drugs needed to get by that. And the other thing we've just found out in the last year is that our own immune system can cure cancer. It just doesn't know it's there. If you get a flu, like, your immune system will come out and fight it and take care of it. Cancers, for some reason, can be in your body and the immune system doesn't realize it's there. So now we're tricking it, we're turning it on, and we're trying to teach it to have memory. So when we turn it on, it actually does kill cancer. And the trick is, once cancer comes in, your immune system will be able to identify it. It'll have a long-term memory, and it should start taking care of itself. So that's the type of research that's going on. So it's pretty exciting.
So there's definitely some advances.
Oh, yes.
Definitely. And because we need to fund these advances.
Research is not cheap.
We have the Daffodil Month, for starters. We have tons of stuff going on this month of Byron, so please let us know about some of the events taking place.
Yeah, so on Wednesday, we've gotten some local MPs to come out to our transit stations early, 7 till 9.
Yeah.
They're going to be selling daffodils with us to all our commuters. We've got Ashbury College is on the Spark Street Mall the same day. Their whole school's out, and they're doing daffodil pin sales for us from noon till 2. Of course, we're in LCBOs, local retail, Loblaws, doing weekend flower sales the week after Easter.
Okay.
We have POS boxes in a number of locations. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to miss. We pinned the Governor General and the Prime Minister last week.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wonderful.
with some of our volunteers, and they always make time for us. And the Governor General hosted a tea at their residence for our volunteers that came out. So 60 years now, this campaign. It's nationwide, so it's going on in every community where there's a CCS presence right across the country. Okay.
Street sales, because I have that on my notes here. So the week of April 22nd to the 23rd.
Yes.
So you'll have volunteers canvassing, basically?
And you'll see us at the major retail stores. So the Loblaws, the Independents, the Sobeys, the LCBO, yeah, you're going to see teams of volunteers out asking you to purchase a pin.
And
if you're in Loblaws or any of its affiliates, they still sell the live flowers. So you can get live flowers there as well.
Pins are usually just by donation, like there's no set amount.
That's right.
Everything's appreciated.
Yeah.
How many of these beautiful daffodils do you think that the Cancer Society distributes throughout the course of the year, or this month at least?
Well, I mean, in Ottawa, we would have tens of thousands of them. Our campaign locally raises about $110,000.
Wow.
So if you figure it's $1 or $2 at a time, you can do the math.
Beautiful.
That's a lot of pins nationwide. We're over 1,300,000.
And I've been wearing mine proudly the last week or so at different events. I have one on my suit jacket here and my coat that I've been wearing when it is cold, and it really pops. You can see them in pictures. It looks good, and it makes you feel good because you're helping, and it's beautiful yellow, right?
You'll find when we do sales, I do pin sales. I'll pick a location and go do 3 hours, and people will come up to you and buy a pin, and then they'll tell you their cancer story.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's
like,
people talking.
I'm 5 years free. I used to have this cancer, and I've been 5 years free. Thanks for all you do, and let's keep fighting. And so you really, people who have dealt with the disease love to tell you about it. That I'm still here. You know. Another
big event coming up as well. You have the Relay for Life. So
Relay for Life is. It's the largest single cancer fundraising event in the world. It's our event, but we're in 14 countries. Last year it raised $1.3 billion with a B.
Yeah.
We do 2 relays and a number of youth relays in Ottawa. We raised $1.1 million. But Relay for Life, we do a 12-hour. It's 7 o'clock at night, 7 in the morning. You're there all night long. We appreciate our survivors. They come out, they have the yellow shirts. They're an inspiration to the other teams because they fought cancer, they beat it. We do a luminary ceremony where people light a candle in a bag and they honor it to somebody who's fighting or someone that's passed, and it lights the track all night long from midnight. It's very emotional. It is. So it's a fun event. We have music, games, great food. You can set kilometer goals. You can run if you want all night, but there's some nice ceremony to it, and you come away. I mean, you come away having an experience.
I was at the Orleans one last year, and I know you did a tribute to my mentor, Max Keeping, so it's a beautiful thing to witness. I know we're sort of out of time. I know you're also looking for driver recruitment, volunteers for your Wheels of Hope.
Yeah, if you just go cancer.ca.
All the details.
All the details. You can pick and choose and help us out any way you sort of choose.
And if you see a volunteer selling any of these beautiful daffodils over this month, please give $1, $2, $5, $10. Everything's going to help out.
It's 1 in 3 now. Touched by this disease, pretty hard to find. If I find anybody that's untouched, I tell them to buy a lottery ticket, really, because you're a rarity in this day and age.
Well, thank you, Byron, for being here today.
Thank you so much.
And more details, cancer.ca, of course, and help if you can.